Nothing tastes yummy anymore.
Does nothing taste yummy anymore? I've got a solution to your taste-based problem, or lack thereof. Yeah. Oh, today, on this episode of Nothing Tastes Yummy Anymore. So yeah, we're going to talk about 3 or 4 things, maybe. Okay, so I need to put all this junk, not all of it because the recliner won't fit, but this is just useless crap that I don't want to throw away because, I don't know, my grandfather, who I'm named after, who also had this kind of a tattoo, which is why I got it. He survived through the Depression, the Great Depression. Not to be confused with the Great Recession. I'm talking the Great Depression. He, believed things like you don't leave the table until you've cleaned your plate, which you can see I've done here, there, everywhere. I typically finish all the food on my plate because I don't want to waste it, right? So, I collect stuff. It seems I don't like to throw stuff away. It seems like every time I throw something away, I find myself wishing that I hadn't thrown it away. I'm like, man, I threw that cup away. I need that cup. I could really use whatever that object is for whatever purpose, So, I'm going to do that. This is how you get into the attic. Let me just go ahead and show you. Maybe we just go ahead and do it, since we're here and all. Got a walkie-talkie I want to keep downstairs. Got a bunch of CDs in here. Yeah, this is a lot of useless crap in here. A lot of very useless crap that I don't want to throw away. See, the other thing is I have a horrible memory, so I like to save stuff so that I can be reminded of it. But I haven't smoked ganja, and I smoked Friday night with my buddies. We had one hell of a bonding experience, let me tell you. We went out. I was like, hey guys, I got paid. They've been like feeding me and taking care of me pretty good and stuff. So I was like, I want to show my appreciation by taking you out to dinner. So we went out to dinner, and one of our other buddies joined us, and shit got a little bit weird. We went out and drank a lot of beer. Like, we had to wait on a table, right? So we put our names in to like make a reservation or whatever, reserve a table, and then go across the street and pay a $5 cover to go to this bar called Whiskey Dicks, and so Whiskey Dicks apparently that gives out free beer once you pay your cover up until 11 p.m. So we were drinking our asses off for like an hour. We went over, ate some food, and then went back over to Whiskey Dicks and proceeded to drink as much as we could. And it didn't take long at all for us to get really drunk. So we caught an Uber home And we got home and we were like, yeah, we're just gonna smoke some weed. I hadn't smoked weed in like 2 weeks, a week and a half or whatever. You know, I had stopped smoking so successfully to the point that I've begun dreaming again. I wake up like way easier. I don't seem to need as much sleep. I'm a little less groggy. I feel way smarter, sharper. I can remember words that I want to say a lot easier, like instantly, like, you know, probably like it should be. Yeah, just like it's nice to not feel addicted to something or weighed down by anything. Anyway, we didn't even get to the point of smoking before I went off on my roommate. I was drunk, he was drunk and hypersensitive, and our friend who was there was just trying to help, but you know, he's talking about how he's depressed, and I'm just like, dude, I don't want to hear about how you're depressed if you're not going to do anything about it, which is fucked up because I know that what you're supposed to do if you're depressed is talk about it. But I've bought into this behavior that a bunch of our friends seem to kind of, and they seem to have bought into as well, which is that it's like unacceptable. And really it's just that we don't want him to continue this downward spiral, but he's doing better. He's getting better, undoubtedly. It helps to talk about it, and we're not even letting ourselves talk about it or him, and it's kind of fucked up, you know. It's not fair, really, think about it. But like I was saying, I fucked up because I got really loud and insensitive and just fucking was being mean to him as opposed to helpful. But I'm trying to help him. I'm continually trying to tell him that if he quits smoking weed all the time, and for me the first step was quit looking at porn and masturbating to porn. That's a drain on my emotional energy like nothing I've ever acknowledged before. Up until about 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years now. And of course, he and my roommate, like, you're full of shit. We love porn, we love masturbating to porn, it keeps us calm and sane and blah 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 and whatever, man. But if you're talking about how you're depressed, you're not willing to change. But I was never able to stop smoking weed habitually until I stopped looking at porn habitually. And of course, fapping to it, which is way easier to say, by the way, than masturbating. So yeah, that was interesting as fuck, to have that experience with my roommates. It was just so fucking ridiculous, to be honest. Well, this is a lube from a previous relationship. I think I can throw it away now. It went from us fighting about him being depressed and us not being sensitive or whatever to me telling them what I wanted to tell them. Pretty much the whole night. I'd kind of forgotten about it until we got to that situation. I realized, dude, there's something way more serious on my heart and in my mind. And that's that my mom is willing and able, I guess, at this point, to leave her current place of residence. She's staying at a great aunt's. My great aunt has passed, but she's staying at her home in West Virginia and just drinking herself to death. She's gone through her 3rd divorce in the last couple of years, and she lives right down the street from her most recent ex-husband. And then there's family on the other side, and they're all just fed up with her shit because she's in a similar boat to my roommate in that she needs help. She needs people to care about her and human contact and something to keep her busy and healthy living, healthy food and a healthy living environment. And she's depressed and drinking herself to death, and she's been doing it for a while. But she called me twice this week, like Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Thursday, something, and I called her back Friday. It's kind of a tough week for me, but it was an even tougher conversation with her in that she is willing to leave, like I said, but she doesn't really have anywhere to go except for here or like my brother's place in LA. And nobody in their 20s wants to live with their mom if they can help it, I believe. You know, people want to live with their friends or alone or a significant other, something like that. To have your mom in your space seems a little bit weird. I mean, it might be awesome to like have her cooking and cleaning, which she said she'd do. I'm sure she'd do because my mom's what she always does, it seems. It's what she's done for 30 years pretty much. But yeah, I told my roommates about this, and my one was really patient and comforting and flexible, and the other, the one I had just gone off on, was like, dude, I didn't sign up to live with anybody's mom. I don't want to. And it was tough and horrible, to be honest, but luckily we were super intoxicated, so it just kind of floated on. I came in here and passed out on this couch like this, right, just drunk, just passed out for I don't know how many minutes before the one roommate came and sat and talked to me while I continued to lay there upside down. He was very reasonable and very compassionate, empathetic. He's like, dude, you know, if it takes a couple weeks for your mom to get on her feet or you find her a place, and so be it. You know, talked about one of our friends whose dad had to come live with them at one point. How they made it through that. And talked about his problems a little bit more in depth, and I apologize for being a dick. And my things kind of worked themselves out. So I can't tell you how grateful I feel to have such awesome roommates and a house to live in. That's more than like 3 or 4 things. So I'm going to leave it at that. Until next time. What was the name of the show again? Taste. Something about taste. Lost your taste, ability to taste.